Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Sudhir Sastry, working as a professor, Department of Aeronautical Engineering, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. Today, I'm here in the structures lab to explain the beam operators. So, we have to conduct how to find out the deflection of the beams. That is the first experiment in the structures laboratory. So, how to find out beam deflection when apply the loads. So, here we have beam operators here. This is the beam apparatus. So, by using these operators, we are going to conduct the experiment. So, in that experiment, what we have to do is, so we are taking different materials beams, just like aluminum, mild steel, and copper. So one of the materials we are selecting, and then one of the beam we are selecting, and we are keeping as a simply supported beam. So on that simply supported beam, we are applying the loads. So because of the application of the loads, how the beam is deflecting. So that deflection we have to measure by using dial gauge. So now this is the beam apparatus completely. Here is one support, here is another support. Two supports are there for this beam operators, and this arrangement is given. So this arrangement on these rails, so we have provided supports here. So these are the supports. So these supports also attached with the dial gauges. So that what is the advantage of this support is, so if you apply the load, if you keep on the beam and apply the loads, then what is the end reactions? So that end reactions without calculations we can measure, you can see from the dial gauge. So dial gauge is giving how much reaction forces are acting on that support. So directly you can see from this dial gauge. That is the main purpose. So otherwise we can calculate these end reactions by using this movement, by calculating the movement, by taking the movements also. Okay. So this one is here. Three supports are given here, and one is for cantilever beam arrangement. This one is cantilever beam arrangement. So remaining three is for simply supported beam or continuous beam. It means by using this apparatus, we can find out the deflections or anything for continuous beams and a simply supported beam. So continuous beams means that is more than supports. If any beam is having, that beam is called continuous support. So it means that beam is subjected to transverse load. It means any structural member subjected to transverse loads is called a beam. So that beams, so maybe for two supports or three supports. If it is a two supports, that is called simply supported beam. If it is a three supports, that one is called more than two supports, that one is called continuous beams. Now today this experiment is for simply supported beam, so that we are not using this cantilever beam attachment here, and one more support we are keeping like this end, and this one we are not using. Only these two supports we are using here. These are the two supports. We can do this right. We can move here and there. And here one scale is provided here. This scale, based on that scale, with this help of this scale, we can measure how much length of the beam is there. You can now see here. I am fixing here this one support at 500 mm. So this scale is from 0 it is starting. So we need not to use, we are not required to use complete scale because that much length of the beam is not available here. Or what is the availability of the beam is there, or otherwise with our convenient length we can fix it, and then we can do the experiment here. Now I am fixing here is, so one support, one end is at 500 mm, 500 mm. So it means we are taking this one is a 0, and if you want to take 1 meter length of the beam, then second support we have to fix here at 1500. 1500. I fixed here 1500. See here exactly this notch is there. So this notch should be matched with this 1500. So that this is the distance between these two supports is 1 meter. The distance between two supports is 1 meter. Tightly fixed here. Here also tightly fixed here. So this arrangement is there so that this will not move like this. This will not move like this. Now it is locked. So locking mechanism is also there. Based on that one, I lock this supports. Now see here, beams are here. So I'm taking aluminum beam. So this beam I am keeping here like this. like this I am keeping here. So here you see, if you observe here, this one is knife edge support. Here is one knife edge support is there, here knife edge support is there. So that from this knife edge to this knife edge, exact dimensions you can measure, that is 1 meter from 500 to 1500 means that is 1000 mm. 1000 mm like this. Okay. Now we have to apply the loads. So this one is a simply supported member. Now if you apply the loads and the transfer direction, then only you can call this one is a simply supported beam. To apply these loads, we are using this hanger. This is called load hanger. And after that, you have to find out the deflection by, because based on this, because of the application of the loads, the beam will deflect. To find out the deflection, we are using this dial gauge. This is dial gauge. So to fix this dial gauge, here one fixer is there here, like this. So this one, where you want to find, where you want to apply the loads. Suppose if you want to apply the loads exact at center, so see here from here to here, it should be 500. So we adjust this one up to 500 like this, and then see here also mark is there exact at center point. So this center point and this 1000 mark, it should match exactly. See here, this one is a notch is there. So this notch exactly should match with this 1000. So that like this, and then if you fix this one, now it is now we are finding the deflection exact at center. So now same thing, you have to at the same point, if you want to apply the loads also, then what you have to do is, here this is the load hanger here. So you have to attach this load hanger and on that particular piece exactly at the middle. Then you have to arrange like this. Then you have to apply loads slowly. Now this one uses charm. Then keep it origin like this. It is 0. We are measuring it as 0. So for that, what we have to do now, see here. This one is a 2 newtons load. This is a 2 newtons load. We are applying here like this. Gradually, we have to apply. Very slowly, we have to apply like this. Like this, we have to apply. And we have to find out what is the deflection here. So because of this 2 newtons, so this much bending is taking place. So that how much deflection? Deflection means, what is the definition of the deflection? Any point on the particular curve. So before application, that is the vertical distance between the before application of the load and after application of the load. So before application of the load, it is the 0, and after application of the load, say this is deflected like that. It means this point vertically is moved downward direction. So that distance we are calling as a deflection. So that is 1.36 mm. 1.36 mm. So now, what is the Taylor curve? You have to take it. So 5 readings you have to take it. So first one is serial number. Next, load applied. Next, deflection. So the load applied is the loading and unloading. Both the loading and unloading, you have to take the average, that is the load applied, and correspondingly you have to take the deflection. So deflection, load. Now here you have applied only 2 newtons load. So for that 2 newtons load, so that is 1.36 mm, and one more load applied, that is one more 2 newtons, 2 more newtons applied like this. Slowly you have to apply like this. Now see, this one is 2.77 mm deflection, 2.77 mm. So you have to wait 1 minute for settling time. You have to give settling time. Why? Because if you apply the load, the beam will be vibrate. So you have to arrest that vibrations. Then only you have to take the readings. And then applied here is 2.7. Now down here 2.7. And next third one is 2 more newtons. You are applying here. Applying like this slowly. Slowly applied, then wait 1 minute. So it is not changing here. That is 4.18 mm. So it means 6 newtons applied. For that 6 newtons, 4.19 mm. And another fourth one also applying here slowly. Always we have to apply the loads very slowly. Why? Because if you are not applied slowly, so that is not a gradual application of the load. It will be sudden loads. Sudden loads are more than this gradual applied loads. That's why slowly you have to apply. And this one after application, after apply this another 2 newtons. So this reading is 5.59. 5.59. So these are the loading condition. So it means serial number 1, 2 newtons applied. Further to deflection 1.17, 1.27 we got. And next serial number 2, 2 newtons corresponding in deflection, 4 newtons corresponding in deflection. Third one, 6 newtons corresponding in deflection. Next 8 newtons corresponding in deflection, that is 5.59. So these are the loading conditions. It means you are adding loads one by one, you are adding. Now second one is unloading condition. So in that unloading condition, for that same 8 newtons, so this one is 5.59 mm, and then you remove one load slowly. Always you have to remove slowly. So it should not disturb like this. Slowly you are taking here. So once again this one you got 4.2 mm. 4.2 mm. Okay. Wait some time. And after that, remove one more load. For 2 newtons, that is 2.8 mm. For 4 newtons, this is the 4 newtons, 2 newtons, that is 4 newtons. For 4 newtons, that is 2.8 mm. And remove 2 more newtons. Remove like that. And now only 2 newtons. So further 30 newtons, that is 2.31 mm. Okay. So next, remove this one also. That is 0. So further 0. So what is the reading? You have to take it and you have to take the average. The average value only you have to take. That is the deflection of the beam due to the application of the load. So this deflection we have to compare with theoretical deflection. So to find out the deflection, so many methods are there. So what are the methods? Mostly we are using double integration method. So in the double integration method, that is m movement you have to find out first of all. Movement equal to a into d square by dx square. So in that equation or other equation, that equation if you integrate once, we will get the slope equation. Then if you integrate once again, we will get the deflection. So by that way only you have to find out the deflection. So for that given b, and you have to compare this result and that result. So theoretically and practically it is matched. So our experiment is conducted in correct way. Like that only we have concluded. So this one is for aluminum. Like that, different materials you can do it, and you can find out what is the Young's modulus of the given material by using this test. Okay. Thank you very much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.